Welcome back. As you can see, I'm not in the garage today, which is a blessing. Basically, I want to talk about the real cost of owning your dream car. And everyone puts a nice glossy shine on owning these cars, and yes, it is fantastic, and there's nothing like it in the world to experience your dream car. The only problem is nobody actually tells you when you're stuck at the side of the road at midnight waiting for an AA wagon to come and collect you, and you're not getting home till 5 a.m. in the morning and then going back to work at 7. No one seems to show you that bit. So I wanted to talk a little bit about why owning the dream car is a blessing, and also why it can be very, very frustrating. So I'm going to give you 3 examples, because why not talk about real life. So first of all, I'll start with the DeLorean. So I put a lot of money into the time and effort into fixing the engine and the transmission and everything, years and years of work, and took it to a classic, well, a supercar day actually it was, in Bewley. Had a great day there, no problems getting there. On the way back, just going up a hill, and bang, there's an almighty bang. It was as if somebody had dropped a toolbox behind me, and that metal clanging and banging. I was thinking, is the exhaust fell off, or what has happened, you know? But it was crazy. It was a mad sound. Anyway, it was, let me just get over here. So not used to being out and about. It's always in the garage. So pulled over by the side of the road, and it happened to be the engine had completely and utterly seized. So I pulled over, rolled to the side of the road, tried the key, nothing, just complete nothing. It was just a click, nothing happened. Anyway, to cut a long story short, because you'll see this on other videos, the actual engine, one of the valves actually pushed itself into the pistons. The only reason I can think of is perhaps it was one tooth out, or it jumped a tooth on the actual timing chain. I don't know how that happened, because all the timing chains and everything were done, all the tensioners replaced, everything. So it was, yeah, very bad luck. And yeah, that's where the frustration kicks in, because you've spent all this money, you've done all this time, and then you're faced with the reality of repairing an engine. So that's one example. I mean, I'm going on the downside here. The upsides are immense, and I can keep going all day. But really, when you're looking at these projects, you need to be realistic and think, what could happen? What is the worst outcome? And can I fix it if that happens? So I don't know about you guys, it would be nice to hear some comments out there, but do you know many mechanics that fix classic cars now? All my friends have limited right down now. They're retired, and they don't want anything too long-winded, and engine rebuild is not what they would get involved in. So it comes down to me. So in all the cases, I've had to do all the work myself. So it's been with the other cars, respraying, welding, mechanics, making all sorts of things. So it was all down to me. But if you haven't got those skills, or you just prefer somebody else to do it, and you've got the resources, that's brilliant. But it's just finding those people. They all seem to be retired and long gone now, and the people that have got the vast experience with those type of engines don't really want to get too involved anymore. Anyway, let's move on. So true cost of owning the DeLorean, it's been it's still an amazing ride. Every time I look at it, every time I go out in it, amazing reaction. It's absolutely fantastic. And I absolutely love it, and that's why I would never ever sell it, because it's such a brilliant car. I don't care what people say, I love to drive it. I think it's a great driver's car. It's had the mods done, of course, the factory mods, so it is a lovely, beautiful car to drive now. But and the reaction you get, everyone seems to love it. It was just an amazing car. So I'm just kind of taking the rose tinted glasses off and saying what could go wrong. So I've had engine problems, I've had a transmission rebuild, I'm on my second engine rebuild, all new suspension, brakes, electrics now, they're starting to play up. But I mean, the car is 43 years old, so you're going to have these problems. So you know, new cars have worse problems, and most of the problems on the DeLorean I can overcome myself. Well, nearly 99% of them I can do myself. It's an easy car to, well, complicated bits, but it's reasonably easy to work on, taking bits off, and it's had a lot of bits taken off. So okay, so let's move on quickly to the Ghostbusters car. So I built my modern Ghostbusters because the actual real Ghostbusters car would have set me back, I estimate, over 100,000. You know, if you bought a shell, it's 30,000, and then you've got respraying, getting the car back up, I'd say another 20 maybe. It's a big car, and then maybe another 20, 30, engine, transmission, gearbox, suspension, brakes, basically what they said in Ghostbusters. You've got all that to do. So that, I thought, build a modern one, I'll have no problems. Anyway, coming back from somewhere, the rear brake shoes seized, and I had to literally coax it back. Something that I've never had before. The back brake shoes had seized on the back, broken, basically a broken part, and they fell apart. But I mean, these cars are sitting around some of the time, so they're not being used daily. That's the other problem. And had to just have all the new brakes put onto that. Also, that I've got a few transmission leaks and a bit of rusting here and there that needs sorting out. So yeah, I'm literally, again, love the car, but you cannot run it on a zero budget. And as you may know, I rent and hire my vehicles out, just to literally hopefully pay a fraction of what I pay out on them, and for other people to enjoy, really. I don't really make a lot of money out of it, because you'd have to be out a lot of time to actually, you'd have to be out maybe 4 or 5 times a week to actually really physically pay for everything, because the actual costs outgoing outweigh my incoming by about 4 to 1, I reckon. Every week I'm repairing something. So and okay, we'll fast forward from Ghostbusters to Knight Rider. But Knight Rider, absolutely brilliant, mint car, no problems at all. Drove all the way to London this time and didn't miss a beat, perfect. Anyway, went to start it on the way back, click, and then put another couple of battery packs on it. Couldn't, it just was so slow. It was as if the engine had seized, and I thought, I can't have another engine seize surely. But with my luck, I think I'm mechanically cursed, so everything I own is either broken or will break. So I think I've got a mechanical curse against me on this one, because I speak to other owners and they have never had a day's problem. So yeah, I just live repairing them. So obviously I've got some curse against me for that. Anyway, we tried to restart it, just didn't start. It was so slow turning over. I was worried it was engine, but it wasn't. It was a broken starter motor. So the starter motor's 40 5 years old, I think it was. So I'm not blaming it at all. It's just part of classic car ownership. But no one actually seems to say about the actual flip side of it, that it can be really frustrating. That night we were due to be leaving London that afternoon at 4:30. AA couldn't get there till 7:30. Then they said you needed a low loader, which I knew I needed one anyway, but they wouldn't order one unless I'd actually called out the van first, the truck, for the mechanic to come out and check it. So the time we'd ordered one of those, they said, oh, it's going to be now 12:15. Reality was it didn't turn up till 1:45. So the time it was loaded on, 2 o'clock. The time we got home, about 4:45, and I was due back at work at 7 the next morning, so I got about an hour's sleep. So no one actually tells you about the real side of owning these cars. And I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm not saying that the cars, I mean, for me it's a challenge. I like the challenge, and I'm determined never to give in. I don't care what they throw at me, I will fix them and I'll repair them. And now I've got the skills to do it. It's only by pure determination that I've had to learn. And like I say, all my mechanic friends, they're retiring and they just don't want to be stuck with a car on a ramp. They just want to get the cars in, out, which you can understand because that's where you make your money. Not for a car to be sitting there for weeks or if not months on end waiting for parts or something to be done. And it's funny, I'm not going to name the show here, but there was a TV show and they did a DeLorean. And the only reason I say this is because everybody says this to me at car shows. Oh, so-and-so did that on that TV programme. And I go, yeah, they did. Yeah. And they made out as if it was one of the repairs, they made out as if it was £350. And it wasn't, because I went to the same place, to the same person, and had virtually the same work done. It was £3,500. So nobody tells you that bit, and the TV glosses it over and made out as if it was such a simple job. You could do it on your own in a couple of days, not an issue, you know. So I literally, but basically, I was like, well, it can't be done for that. You know, the people that have been on the show and did the actual repair are charging another zero on the end. So it was kind of, it looks rosy, it looks great on TV and on social media, but you know, when you're broken down at the side of the road, say a belt snaps like it did once on my DeLorean, it threw one belt into the other one, and overheated the engine, and had to repair it roadside. So you know, it's that kind of thing, you know, that I literally, like I say, I'm not going to taint it in any way, because I do love the cars and I do enjoy doing it. It's just that you've got to be realistic. It's not just the actual money. I don't think the money's got that much to do with it. I think it's the time, because my partner, she is amazing, because she allows me to do all this, and like, it's not an hour or two here or there, it's days, it's weeks, it's months, and she just lets me get on with it. So yes, there is some financial side to it as well, but with a classic car, I don't think it's anywhere near what you'd pay for a new car. Because say for instance your light bulb goes out, you know, on an old car it's £1.50 for a bulb, £2, whatever it is. But a new car, a friend's just had his Mercedes done, and it was nearly £1,500 for a new headlight, because you have to replace everything. So that would be my budget for 6 months easy, you know, because I just buy bits as I need them and then fit them myself. So yeah, it's the money side, I really don't think is too much of an issue. It can become a problem if you've got certain parts that go wrong. I did have a part that was really expensive on the DeLorean not long ago, but it's really your time. Would your partner, is your partner going to allow you this time? Because the thing is, I've been working on the Night Rider project solidly since February. We're now in middle of June, so I've been solidly working on that every time I'm not working. So my I get 4 days off and 4 days on, so every time I'm not working I'm literally on the car all the time. And the other night I didn't finish till 11 p.m. And that can be quite a lot of times. You know, I'll come back from work, I'll start maybe 8 o'clock at night and go through till 11 when I've got the light, and that's time you're not spending with your partner or your family. So it is a big commitment, especially if you're taking on a rebuild in a refurb. See, there's a lot of projects on eBay as usual, and it's like, oh, I haven't got the time to finish this project off, not much to do. But wow, like I say, with Night Rider, I've just been in the paint shop for 5 weeks with it, because I was doing it on my own. So it's not a 5-minute job. It may look like it's a 2 or 3 a day job on YouTube, but I didn't find that. It was a lot of work, a lot of sanding down, a lot of prep, and yeah, I was in there for 5 weeks. I think it was 3.5, 4 weeks with Ecto. So I didn't find it quick, but it could be me. I could be the odd one out here, but let me know in your comments. Am I very slow at this? But I literally do everything myself. So, but anyway, to go back to it, I think it's more of a case of looking at these projects and going, well, I need not only time, I need the free money to actually put into this, you know, flexible money that you can just go, oh yeah, I'll fix this today, order this, it'll be there, another job done. Or do you get somebody else to do it for you? And if you do they know about that car? Have they worked on it before? Is a good example here. I had a transmission problem with the DeLorean. It took me months and months and months to find somebody to do it, and even he was retired and did it as a favour. But it wasn't going to be a 2-minute job. It was about 6 weeks in the end. And now I've got another friend that needs his transmission doing on an old American car, and it's just trying to find somebody. I mean, the car is going to be on a ramp somewhere for all that time that the transmission's out, and who's to say that that part is in stock? You know, so it's 50, 60 year old. It may not be around, it may be difficult to find, so that car could be off the road a long time. So it's taking all these things into consideration, that all these projects look so tempting on eBay, you know, like so cheap. You know, some of them you go, oh, that's a bargain, that won't take me long to do. And then when you realise you've got to start like grinding all the rust out of it, welding in new panels, and actually you know, rust proofing everything, under sealing it, and then getting that perfect finish could take a little bit of time. And if you've got a spray booth that you can get it done in, spraying outside, not optimal. So that's another thing to consider. But yeah, my thing is, I do enjoy it. It does push me. It does make me force myself to give me new skills. I have to learn, so I'm the only one there to do it. I'm not saying it's not difficult, because sometimes you just hit a brick wall, like I did with KITT. I was like, well, how do I get across this? I physically don't know what my next move is, and I've been stuck there for a little while. I put all the wiring looms in, I mounted everything in the doors, I put all the dashboard in, and then I've got to this stage now where I need to wire everything up back to the control side of it, because I want all the switches and everything to work properly. And looking at it now, and I'm going, how do I do that? It's like I've got all these wires and just very little room in the car now to put all this equipment in, and actually wiring up is becoming a little bit of a head scratcher, because I didn't do a wiring diagram, because as I've seen the things in the show that it had, I've wanted to add to it, and then that's ended up with all these wires everywhere. So yeah, I think I'll wrap the video up here. I'd like to hear your comments. I mean, am I the only one out there that's struggling with the projects I've got on, or does most people struggle and no one ever says anything about it? Love to hear your comments. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to put more content out there, but I'm always building, and some of the build I don't find is that interesting to show on YouTube, so I'll try and do some updates as and when I can. See you soon.